Hi guys, welcome to a live edition of the Unconventional podcast. Please, can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Nic, over known as the Ginger Accountant. I run an accounting firm called Ginger Books Limited.
Amazing, thank you so much. So let's go back to the beginning of your journey. How did you get into accounting and how did you do the qualification and what qualification did you do?
Sure, so my journey into accounting came from after dropping out of sixth form after my first year. I was so adamant I was going to go to uni and got sixth form and was like, no, this is too much. And I pivoted and got an apprenticeship with the AAT studying level 2, so accountancy qualification, and really just went from there.
Amazing. And so did you do that self-study or did you do that as part of a bigger apprenticeship?
So it was part of an apprenticeship. It was in a bathroom shop and I would have day release every Friday where we'd go and learn theory in college and be able to apply it in the real life. Was there for about 10 months and then took a little bit of a pivot. And that pivot led me to working in the motor industry. So all of my background has come from working in industry rather than practice. It wasn't an apprenticeship that I ended up moving into and I wasn't able to get day release. So what ended up happening was, because I was still under 19, the government was still able to fund my qualification. So I went and studied at night school.
My God, how did you juggle that between work, life, and then going to night school and doing the AAT?
It was a lot. And to be honest, I was also coaching football on the side as well. So I was like, been so big guys. I was like, how on earth I was doing it? It was crazy. I was like 18 at the time.
Oh my God.
So, I was really young, but I just knew that everything that I was learning, I was able to apply in the real life world. I think it gets to that point where if you hit a ceiling on your learning, you need to go to the next step. And that was at the right time for me to jump into that. But it was really rewarding because I got to meet some great people. I'm still in contact with a lot of my tutors. And it just gave me the opportunity to go down a different path to what everybody else was doing as well.
Oh, I love that. And so did you do the level 3 and 4 at night school?
I did. So I just spend 2 days at the SCCB, so Southern City College of Birmingham, at night school when I went to Osborne as well.
Oh my God, that's so intense. Well, congratulations, because you clearly passed all the exams. And so what was the next step once you qualified?
Once I qualified, the next step was really quickly into starting up my practice. Only 3 months later. So I went through 2020, I was doing my level 3. So everything just kept on getting pushed back. So it just seemed like further and further out of reach. But once I qualified, 3 months, I founded Ginger Books, which was super exciting. I did it with the purpose to want to travel and to really empower other women founders and creatives to take control of their finances, because financial literacy just is
non-existent. What made you take that step to go, I'm going to open my business? Because from my personal experience, it takes a lot of balls. You have to have balls to start your own business, especially at a young age. So what was the thought process? Did you come up with a plan or did you just go head first?
I jumped straight in. I knew that I needed to get out of the job that I was in and take control of my own journey. As I said, I really wanted to travel and I thought, how can I make this work? What can I do in order to fulfill it? And as you probably know from working in practice yourself, you don't get much holiday. And the holiday you get is you can't take this time off and you can't take the first 7 days of the month off. And I was like, I just want flexibility.
Yeah.
So I literally handed in my notice. I left straight away. I had no big plan. I had a small pot of savings, which was my traveling savings. And I just went first and literally pulled straight into the business. It was scary. You have to have balls of absolute steel, complete heavy balls in order to go and do it. It's been the most rewarding experience I could have ever imagined.
That's amazing. And so, okay, picture this. You've started your business. You've opened it up. What is step 1 to move you from 0 to 1?
Market yourself. That's the first thing. If nobody knows who you are, no one's going to trust you. And that is the fundamentals to any part of your business, whether that is sales, marketing, relationships. Your relationship capital is absolutely fundamental to make a good decision and to scale and grow. So the first thing I started doing generally was just go out and network. It was very local at the time. Go and network, go and speak to people and learn from other people. I got a mentor very early on who was running their own accounting firm. I got to work with them. I have now just acquired her client base. Absolute queen. Just from me asking for help, asking for guidance, going, this is what I want to do. Is there any way that you can help me? And 9 times out of 10, people will say yes and they will help you. The 1% of dickheads that will say no or ghost you. I think the beauty about this industry is that everyone genuinely does want to help each other.
Yeah, 100%.
So just ask for help and it'll open doors for you that you didn't even realize were capable of being opened.
That's incredible. And so for people listening that are like, oh my God, networking sounds so terrifying, what is like a top tip you would give them to get the most out of networking?
Ask about them. It's not all about you. And if you show an interest in what somebody else is doing, ask the right questions, they're going to be like, okay, this person wants to hear.
Oh, you want to know about me?
Oh, wow, okay. And you hear about it, like, listen to what they're saying. Don't listen to just respond, listen to understand, and really gauge what they are about and decide if you can offer anything that can help them or if they can offer you any help as well. It's a two-way street.
And so in like the first year of your business, what do you think your biggest challenges were?
My biggest challenge was finding the right strategy for me, but that was because I jumped straight into it. I had no phase out, I had no plan, and it was, I'm just gonna make this work. I have no choice but to make it work. My biggest challenge was lack of planning in the very early stages. I think you're gonna have to have a solid plan. You need to figure out who do you want to be working with.
Yeah.
Have that client avatar, draw it out, and know that where you start is not where you end. That client avatar that you draw in the beginning might not be the client avatar that you decide in 6 months' time. By working with people, you decide to figure out what are the traits, what are the things that they do. Usually it's a mirror of yourself.
Yeah.
There is definitely a journey that goes behind that and many challenges that comes with that too.
What's so good about social media is that you can share your journey and what you're doing, and it can improve and like leverage your personal brand. Like a picture here, oh my God, Nic's speaking at FAD, she's doing a podcast. Like that elevates your personal brand and it elevates mine as well. That's why I'm doing it. But also I think like with social media, you don't see all the behind the scenes. We've had this conversation previously where I look to you and I go, oh my God, Nic's doing X, Y, Z. She's so cool. Oh my God. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I should be doing more. Maybe I should be more Nic. And then you're saying the same. And I'm actually sitting at home having a mental breakdown, crying into my Nutella on toast. And I think sometimes on social media, we should learn to be vulnerable. I shouldn't be crying every day on TikTok, even though I love to. But just show it.
Personal brand.
But it is just showing a little bit and just bringing it back down to center sometimes, because I know it can be not harmful is too harsh of a word, but for other people, it can be like, oh, Grace is doing X, Y, Z. She's everywhere all of the time. Maybe I should be everywhere all the time. And you shouldn't.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I find the strategy that works for you. I think seeing somebody all over TikTok might not be the exact same for me. Like my main platforms is Instagram, as you know that. I dabble with TikTok, but I see you on TikTok all the time. But that doesn't mean that the next person's strategy can't be linked in. And I think it's fine in where your client hangs out and going full in, like diving deep down on that particular strategy. The credibility and the authority will come with that as you become known, and they'll find you from different areas anyway.
100%. And I'm a big believer that you don't need every single platform, because sometimes if you diversify, you don't do well on any platform. And then what is the point? But you shouldn't be somewhere where your clients are not. I'm on TikTok purely because that's where my clients are. And if my clients weren't there, I wouldn't bother putting my energy into it. And vice versa. And I think that's really important in picking a strategy, as you said, that works for you. And so coming to where you are now, how have you grown your business? Have you done freelancers? Have you employed people? Because obviously working for yourself, being a one-man band, you hit a ceiling where you physically cannot take on any more work. And so how have you dealt with that? Are you running a business? Meet your new best friend, Sage Accounting Individual. Whether you're testing an idea, managing a side hustle, or running a full-time sole trader business, Sage makes digital record keeping a breeze. You can connect your bank, categorize transactions, and create professional invoices in seconds, and send them to customers in a click. You can even understand your profits, track who owes you money, and get your taxes sorted from your laptop or your phone. If you need a helping hand, you can get instant support from our Sage specialist via web chat, or connect with an expert accountant like me for expert business advice. With Sage, you can focus on what matters, growing your business. Join over 1.2 million UK businesses already using Sage. You can start for free today by visiting sage.com.
At the start, I had 0 clients, 0 clue, and I was 22 years old. And I'll be totally honest, the first 6 months of my journey, I only acquired 2 clients. But that is because I spent a lot of time focused on the wrong strategy because I wasn't sure what my ideal client was. Now I have 62 clients.
Amazing. Congratulations.
That's cute. So in the space of literally like 12 to 13 months, I've 10x what I was doing previously. Not even that, like 100x. Let's not play it down, like 100x what I was doing last year, which is really powerful. But as you said, that comes with its own set of challenges as you grow. So it was me doing all of the day-to-day. So the client requests, the admin, and social media, the marketing. And you just feel like you're spinning 100 different plates, wearing 100 different hats. You don't know what version of you're going to have to dive into next. And that itself is draining before you even hit that ceiling. So for me, freelancing started with now, that is stopping. I've acquired the client base. That is building up my own portfolio. I have freelancers that work with me, so I can provide the same opportunity that I had right at the start of my journey to other people. The long-term plan is to employ. But for now, that is the sweet spot. Yeah, it's great to know that the trajectory that I'm going on as my role.
Oh my God, congrats. It literally is so proud of you because it's such an amazing journey. And I think that's what we try and do as accountants, is obviously grow our practice. And if you really want to grow it, you need to acquire, essentially.
Exactly.
And so how did you go around having that conversation, or did the conversation come to you?
It comes to me, in all honesty. I think the lady who I'm buying it off, she realised that she wanted to pivot her business. Some personal circumstances with her happened early this year that only solidified that. We completed the transaction last week. So it's crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, but
that's amazing.
Thank you.
And so are you a bricks and mortar business, or are you a remote business?
I'm a remote business, and it has to be like that because of the desire to travel. And 2 years later, I have now got a ticket booked to go to Bali.
We love you.
Thank you. It just shows that it is really possible. And if you set out to have a goal and a dream, it doesn't mean that you're going to achieve it straight away. But like 18 months later, I have that ticket booked.
Yeah.
I go in a couple months' time, which is really empowering to me. And I hope that it can also show to other people that it is possible to do both. Obviously, I'm not there yet, but I will show that I will be able to do both and run my business from there. But I'm helping other online businesses, there's a couple of people that you end up having, like the odd so-sos that are just like the 20% of not your client base ideal. Having that flexibility, that control of what you can do, your own business, your own decisions, where you want to work, when you want to work, how you want to work, it's a gold mine for success.
100%. And that's what I did with my business. Is I wanted to travel. Yeah. And so I set everything up remotely. So what kind of softwares do you use that you think are integral to be able to having a remote business? And like you said, just popping on a plane with your laptop and everything is set up once you get to Bali.
Exactly. I'm very tech heavy. I do love my tech. So the first thing that I have in place is practice management software. So that tracks all of my clients, all of their data, all of their engagement letters, contracts, forms, details, our jobs, everything that you can imagine is in that database. And it's very easy to navigate. You can use it, and it allows you to scale to different heights rather than working off an Excel sheet. I love an Excel sheet, but that's not the bit, like when you're working with over like hundreds of clients, that's not going to be the way forward. A centralized place for all of your teams to be able to come in and work collaboratively together. So that is the first piece of software. And especially in the accounting space, you need to decide what softwares you want to be working on. I don't work with certain softwares, I work with others. And I've picked that based on the type of people that I want to be working with, what best suits them and what best suits me to be able to collaborate with them on that as well. So picking them, and there's no right or wrong answer. They're highly down to you and your preference. So they're the two main ones. You need to have your AML as well in place. I use some great softwares that are able to do that. Am I okay to drop them?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so Client Engage is my practice management system. And then I have Free Agent and Xero are my two main accounting softwares that I use. And Zama is my AML. They're the fundamentals that I've got in play to be able to allow me to do it. But then you have your external marketing. So I have a CRM system that I use that tracks all of my leads, all of my opportunities, where are my contracts based, sales pipelines.
And which one is that?
It's Go High Level.
Love that.
It's white labeled, the one that I've got, but it is that version. And it also then has the marketing side of it, which is email campaigns, your own landing pages. I'm a tech geek. I'll be honest, I love a bit.
And that's what you need though.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't see myself as a techie, and I almost had to do it because there was no other way. Like me trying to log on and do something, like when my email goes down, I call my tech man and I'm like, please sir, please help, because I'm so confused. But you always have to embrace tech and just add it on, but don't get shiny software syndrome.
Agreed.
Because then you'll find things and you'll get them because you think they're amazing, and then sometimes they don't integrate with the softwares you want to use, or they're not actually great for your business, or the client doesn't get the most out of them. And I think that could be the dangerous bit, but it's really important to lay those solid foundations first.
Yeah, agreed. It's so easy to get trapped into that. I think especially because there's a new app on the market every single week. and AI is a big thing. You've got that coming in. I think I have ChatGPT on my phone always, like voice noting it as I'm walking around. It's not my best friend. It's quite sad. Having a good tech base you're confident in, and actually write out what are the different softwares that you've got available and go and test them.
And
Don't
speak
just buy them.
That's why this is so great. Like, I've written a list of vendors I wanted to speak to today, and I've gone and done that this morning, and that was incredible and amazing. And I'm so happy I did it, because you get to meet them face to face and ask questions, and not just get a free demo, but like see how it actually turns out and works and all those good things, which is absolutely incredible. What is the future looking like for you? Where do you want to take yourself now?
Up to £1 million. Like that is like, it is a money goal at the end. So up to £1 million I want to go up to. Next step is get my ass to Bali. Yeah, and go and actually enjoy the travel that I've been really wanting to achieve over the last 2 years anyway. Go and travel, live my life, work remotely, continue growing the client base. So I have a podcast launching at the end of the year, which I'm super excited for. I'm going to have to please come on.
Oh, stop it. You've convinced me I'll be there.
Amazing. That's this year. Continue grow the team, continue giving operational excellence to my clients, and see where the journey goes, because the sky's the limit.
I love that. Is there any final thoughts you would like to leave us with?
As a woman, it's important to have your voice. So if you're presented with the opportunity, take it.
100%. And the last question is, what is a piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
To know that everything happens for a reason, that you are meant to be exactly where you're to be, and just trust the process.
Oh, I love that. So poetic. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.